It's almost time for the Real Housewives of Atlanta review, featuring Shady B, the best beard on YouTube, and Mace Monroe, the wig. You guys ready? Let's get into it. Starts now. It's almost time for the Real Housewives of Atlanta review, featuring Shady B, the best beard on YouTube, and Mace Monroe, the wig. You guys ready? Let's get into it. Starts now. It's almost time for the Real Housewives of Atlanta review, featuring Shady B, the best beard on YouTube, and Mace Monroe, the wig. You guys ready? Let's get into it. Starts now. It's almost time for the Real Housewives of Atlanta review, featuring Shady B, the best beard on YouTube, and Mace Monroe, the wig. You guys ready? Let's get into it. Starts now.
Hello. Welcome to another episode of Let's Get Into It. I am Shady B, and this is The Wig. Miss Mace, how you doing?
How are you? I'm doing well.
I'm doing all right. Just making it through. It seems like this has been a long week already.
Yeah.
What is it, Wednesday?
No, it's only Tuesday. It does feel like it's only Tuesday.
I have a lot of things going on, but it's good to be on here with you all. Thank y'all for showing up on time with us.
Yes, who we have in the building? We got Chris, J. Rucker,
Ranting, Cleo,
Cheryl.
I want to thank y'all for joining us tonight, and let's just go ahead and get into the mess.
And Just Simply is here too.
Oh, I'm sorry if I missed. I need to scroll down a little bit more. Hey, Just Simply.
So I came prepared with my pajamas for the,
for the pajama party.
Yes, because I wish I was there.
If we was gonna do the drinking, we did it last night. I'm not doing it today, so I'm doing water today.
I brought my wine out because I was trying to be just as drunk as Kenya. At least half as drunk.
I was feeling the type of way going to work tomorrow. It's Taco Tuesday. Yes, I had a burrito already, but I didn't have no tacos. But I had a burrito. So the episode opens up with Sheree looking pitiful in the house with a full face of makeup, with her hair done, in the house. She invited her messy friend over, Fatum. What's her name? Fatum?
Yeah, because I had to write that name down. I'm like, what kind of name?
Fatum. It ain't Fatima. It's
Fatum.
Fatum. Invited her messy friend over. And is this the part where she said she dug up information on Drew and had a background check done on Drew?
No.
Okay.
No, this is the part where they was talking about Lyrone and Sheree was fake crying with no tears, and she was just boo-hooing, and she was like, gotta let it out.
She wants people to feel bad for her,
but not a tear dropped. But that was I was like, I think she's trying to get her SAG card back because she did.
It was pitiful. It was very pitiful.
She said, she used to be an actress. Remember when she was like, she's trying to get an acting thing on? So maybe.
Yeah, have you seen her act in anything?
No, but she said she was.
When?
I think it was the season 3 or 4 when she was acting. When Nene was trying to be acting, she was like, I had my SAG card for years.
I don't think we can trust anything Sheree says. Sheree tells so many lies.
Right, because the way she was fake crying down there with not a tear.
I'm surprised she didn't have 6 chips lined up and just eating them, chewing on them individually. Like she was just so heartbroken by Tyrone that she was going to eat all this fatty food. She know good and well she don't eat chips on a regular basis.
That was just, I was like, girl, if you don't give me them damn potato chips.
But she over there crying. It was convincing for a little bit, but I just don't have no sympathy for Sheree.
She didn't convince me with that crying because I just heard a whole bunch of noise. And when she came back, it was not a tear to be found.
Mm-hmm. She just says that she looks foolish. She feels stupid, as you should. You should feel very stupid if this was a real storyline. I don't even know if it was real or not. As much as they accuse Kenya of having a fake husband or boyfriend, I don't know if this is real.
I don't know because, like, if anything, she should have took Nene advice. This is one time, Nene was right. Nene said Lyrone is a scam artist.
Mm-hmm. Well, he did go to jail, and he was in there for a while for scamming. But what kind of fool goes to jail to find love? Like, like the guy, you remember it was last month, it was a guy, he broke out of prison with one of the cops who was retiring, and they went on this 11-day manhunt. They're going to say whatever they can say to you while they in there to get you to do what they want you to do.
I'm glad that was not my forte. Me writing jail letters, I was not with it. Like, you go to jail.
You a pen pal. Like, you got to be real lonely to be trying to look for love in jail. Like, that's you might as well be single. You might as well go.
Right, the bus trips and everything else. Because I know I have a friend. She was dedicated. I think she even went to Canada. But because he ended up getting locked up in Canada. I'm like, this guy's never getting out because I think he had like 5 consecutive life sentences, and he just never coming home, and she was just always on a visit somewhere. And I was like, girl, your loyalty is to be commended, but it can't be me.
I knew somebody who used to do that too, but she used to also cheat on her boyfriend too. Like when he was in jail,
this wasn't even her boyfriend. It was like a guy she used to, mess with, but they end up breaking up. They wasn't together, but she has that strong love for him to where as you traveling to wherever this fool is. And I'm like, girl, you're not even traveling in hopes that this fool will come out. He's never getting out.
I beat the shit, said Sheree with all that dry heaving was getting on my nerves. Yeah, she was getting on my nerves.
Thank you, because I did not see a tear.
She also says, not a tear in sight. She ain't got it. Should take her talents to Tyler Perry.
Thank you. Because she could say, yeah, okay.
Her son over there with Tyler. Cleo says, I had a boyfriend in college who went to jail. I went to visit him one time.
And that was it.
But I knew somebody, she used to always, I think the jail was in Kentucky. I think it was a federal prison. And she used to always talk about how she was going to go visit him and all this other stuff. But every time I seen her at the party, at the function, she was with some dude. I ain't saying that because that was my friend, but... Yeah.
Well,
it ain't my relationship. But my thing is, why you wasting your time going up to Kentucky, to that prison? And
I'm not getting on no bus. I'm not going through the search. You're not gonna, frisk me. You're gonna lift up my wig. No.
Y'all didn't like that fake crime. So we gonna
that was because she went in and she went, ooh, I gotta let it out. But not here, got let out.
Crime. Like, that ugly crime where you just be making all types of noises. You don't know how you look. But to me, she was She had all that makeup on, hair done. She knew she was gonna be on camera.
And with all that makeup, even if you cry, you're gonna see like the light streak. It was nothing there. Like, girl, like I was waiting for a light streak. Like,
yeah, I didn't expect much from that. So we had to open with something. So she gave us a little drama, a little acting skills. So the next scene is Marlo trying to give us a reason on why she kicked her nephews out. So she's trying to build it up for y'all so it'll look better when she kicked the kids out. She's basically saying that they bad and they talking back to the teacher
and punching walls and stealing laptops out her room, cutting teddy bears.
They stole the laptop and what else? What they steal out, Marlo?
She said just the laptop because she told them, they couldn't have it. So, when she went to go find it, it was underneath the teddy bear. And I think one of them cut that teddy bear's throat. Well, she like it.
I saw that.
Yeah, because now that I rewatched it, I was like, wait a minute. I can't even give Marlo too much because if you down to the thing shanking teddy bears.
But was they putting stuff in the teddy bear? Or
I don't know, but the teddy bear throat, it looked like he was decapitated, like his head was about to be severed. I'm like, we got to check these kids out because they sitting there cutting Teddy's throat. I just don't trust that.
Yeah,
I would have kicked their ass out too. I ain't gonna even hold you like this teddy bear. You could be thinking it's me. You could be like, this is Monty.
Right.
Like, no. Y'all gotta go. Get out.
They get it from their mama. Sheree says, Renta says Sheree couldn't even get a job on the soap operas with that mess. No. Because it's an everyday thing on the soap operas. You got to be there ready every day until they kill you off.
Yeah, she got to be more convincing because she going to get killed off quick. But like, she got to go.
Marlo said all that. I said, oh, you got teenagers. Yeah, that's a part of growing up. It's rough. It's not easy. Especially when you got a mom in prison. And I don't know where the dad is. They didn't mention the dad.
I don't think they ever mentioned the dad. And I think Marlo should take some responsibility for even triggering those boys. Because she probably triggered them by putting them on camera, knowing their mother is crazier than a bed bug. And you put them on camera, and then they probably was wanting to see their mother and for their mother to reject them. Mm-hmm. Like on camera like that. Why would you put those kids through that? Like, your sister's crazy. Like, your family. So I'll be like, wait, look, take the cameras off. At least let's do this in private. Let me speak to her first to see if she's going to follow through with speaking to them. But for them kids to be all excited to speak to their mother, and then the mother just like, no, I don't want to speak to them, whatever, on camera.
But I really feel like Marlo should have held that situation, dealt with that situation a little bit more carefully. Maybe she should have went in a private room and talked to her before she brought her, to the kids.
Yeah, that's what I said. She should have spoke to her to make sure she was going to follow through.
Yeah,
with speaking with them instead of just putting them on the spot when you know that she's unpredictable. Like, she's unpredictable. She's probably a little crazy. That's why she's in where she's at. And it was just sad. And don't put those kids through that because you just never know what the kids are going through.
Did you think Marlo exploited her nephews for?
Yeah, this is TV when a storyline goes wrong. You get Teddy Bear get his throat cut.
I felt like that's the reason why she didn't really do it. Like I said, like, check with her before to see if she wants to do the, she might not want to be on TV.
She's not thinking. I think she's just not thinking. She has her own agenda. She wants to seem, like, ooh, I whisked in here, like Florence Nightingale and saved the day and saved the kids. But you're not following through and thinking that this could really affect them. Like, these are teenage boys. Like, they're in school. They're around their peers. Their peers, they probably watch and know who your aunt is. Bad enough you're a alleged hoe. You know what I'm saying? Like, they probably like you. No, serious. Like, you. But they could clean that up and like, well, at least we got things. Yeah, she do stuff strange for change allegedly, but we're taking care of. Yeah. But how are you going to explain my own mother rejecting us? That they feeling rejected and to be exploited on national TV. It was disgusting.
I think there's a disconnect with Marlo. I think there's a certain point where she just doesn't get it.
Yeah, I think she just wasn't like, she was just on her own agenda and not thinking of the long repercussions, the aftershock that could happen. Because now look at your wall. These kids is probably...
They're frustrated. They're dealing with all types of emotions. They're angry, number one. You exploited them, so they're kind of resentful towards you for doing that to them. and then they're resentful towards their mom, and then you kind of embarrass them in front of national TV. You know, it's a whole bunch of emotions. And then Marlo had the nerve to sit down there and be like, "Well, do y'all want to go to therapy? No, put the kids in therapy. If you got the money, if you got the funds, you spend money on what you want to spend it on, Marlo." It seemed like,
and I'm like, the apple don't fall too far from the tree because them little kids, he got a little fresh mouth.
I mean, I had a mouth too when I was in school. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I used to talk back to the teachers.
I would beat you, beat them.
I used to talk back. Sometimes the teachers used to get so mad that they would do stuff purposely to get me back. Like one time, I had talked about this teacher real bad, and I was absent from school one day. And the day that I was absent, she talked about me in front of the whole class. I'm glad he not here. I'm glad he ain't here. Da, da, da. And then she gave a secret project. And she told them not to say anything to me about the project. So one day in class, she talked about the project is due. I'm like, what project?
Wait, but your class is shady because you must be returning the class
I must have been doing a lot.
Yes, so the class is telling nobody mentioned nothing
about no project. I came back the next day because I was sick. I might have been out 1 or 2 days. I came back. Nobody said nothing about a project. Nobody was talking about a project. Nobody said, "Oh, I'm working on a project." So she made the project half of our grade and didn't tell me about it purposely.
Set you up.
Set me up for the okie doke. And then when I confronted her on it, well, it's not my responsibility. You're supposed to come to me and ask me what the work is. I'm like, so you did this on purpose. Okay, because I talked about you. Okay.
Right, but when you walked away, she was like,
yeah. She thought she did something, but I ended up passing that class anyway, in spite of that. In spite of her doing
that. Like, you will not hold me back.
But I said all that to say this. I know what it's like to be a teenager, and I know that teenagers have mouth, and that's just a part of it. And if you are taking on the responsibility of raising these kids, that's a part of it. You can't just throw them away when they start acting like teenagers, you know, even though a lot of parents may want to.
Yeah.
You know, especially with this Roe v. Wade, you gotta deal with it now. You can't give them back. You know, you can't drop them.
Well, I know I'll be dropped. I've been dropping the baby off at the White House.
Drop them off at Trump House.
Y'all wanted this? Y'all wanted this?
This is what y'all wanted. So did the boy steal his laptop or was it Marlo's laptop?
I think it was a laptop they were using or what have you. Maybe it could have been his, but I think she took it away from him as a punishment and he went and got it anyway. Like,
because they don't respect Marlo. You got to be stern. Stop trying to be their friend. You know, if you taking care of them, you got to be stern with them.
Like, I'll tell you, probably hearing rumors in the street about her. And then if that little boy, because the older one looked like he got them out.
Yeah.
But I'd have been and slapped.
Not all this abuse going on.
Yes, because he would have told me. Well, he told the teacher that she don't make enough. But like, you're not getting paid to.
I think I said that to a teacher once, because I did. She was talking about all these trips that she used to go on, and I said, "Well, how you afford to go on all these trips with this teacher salary?"
She's like, "I hoe on the side, okay?"
And she was mad. I mean, I was just asking the question. I didn't like the teacher, needless to say. We was going back and forth all year. Marlo can go to H with that raggedy badge. I can't stand her. Yeah, she kind of low down to me.
Yeah, that is. And with the kids,
Marlo is pointing these doors for a peach and a check. Yeah. Marlo is just treating the boys how she was treated, like trash. Most likely because Marlo doesn't have that connect. She doesn't know when to stop. That's why she keeps going the way she's going towards Candy and Kenya, because she don't know when to stop. Like,
even like right now is a pinnacle point where either you're going to give them up or you're going to keep them. Mm-hmm. Now, this is your first, I understand that you're not a parent, you're not used to dealing with this or whatever like that, but you took on this responsibility. Like you said, you cannot shove them back when they act up and you get tired. They're not, toys where you get play with them and now they're broken. You got to, you can't do that. So I hope that she makes up her mind. If you're going to keep, sending them away every time they act up, don't take the responsibility.
No, I didn't. Evidently, I didn't have none in that class.
Right. That's what I said. Your friends, ain't nobody mentioned nothing. Ain't nobody
I
whispering
don't know
nothing to
if
you.
I don't know what she said to them, but nobody told me anything about a doggone project, including the teacher. But this wasn't one of my main classes where my friends were in. Like this is a class where it was a bunch of I guess it was an elective, but it wasn't like my main courses where all my friends were in. But nobody told me about the project, and she did that on purpose.
Right, but
She knew
she's
what
in
she was
there
doing.
like, do not tell him.
Because I talked about, well, no matter. I'm not gonna say what I said. That was me. Kids, kids ain't for the weak. I could be a teacher. I think kids are worse now than when I was in school. Like
Yeah, they are.
I would just say stuff. Now kids is fighting and throwing desks and
Right,
doing
because I had to. Oh my God, I had to almost hem up these kids, and I'm like, I had to like, I can't. I was doing a teacher assistant, like. I cannot with these kids, and the teachers calm down, the principal, and they look at you like you're crazy. So when I'm like, you know what this little said to me? And they're like, we can't use that language. They're like, what do you, I'm like, I'm about to use some language with my hands all over his face, and I'm waiting for his mama.
Nobody really understands until it happens to you, because when you're in school and those type of incidents happen and you hear about it from someone else, it doesn't sound as bad as when you're in the situation. You know
No,
what
but
I mean?
I had to threaten them kids. I like, look, I'm not no regular teacher here. I'll beat your ass. And I'll wait for your mama, your abuelita, your tío, your titi. We waiting for them. I had a little boy try to curse me out in English and in Espanol. Like,
I think the older one said that the teacher don't get paid to argue with him or something like that.
I would have bust his.
I mean, teenagers.
I would have came to the school and beat the brakes off him.
Marlo needs it, and I think all them kids need it, because I'm tired of Marlo bringing up her childhood at 50-something years old. I'm gonna need you to stop bringing up your childhood every time you do something wrong. You don't know what happened, but it's something with your childhood. Moving on to the next thing, the whole Sanya versus Drew thing. I thought they had made up.
I thought so too, but obviously not.
I'm really confused on really the whole beef. It really doesn't even make sense. Like, can you?
But did we see Kenya's charcuterie? The charcuterie board. Kenya is a nice little hostess. I like that little board she set up. That was a cute setup. It made me hungry.
Oh yeah, Sanya and Kenya. Oh yeah, their little meetup at the house. So Sanya goes to Kenya house, complaining about it's too many people in her house. All she got to do is kick them out. Most of them is grown. All you got to do is save your money, stay there for a couple months, and then move into a new place.
Right, but she's not going to do that. She's used to having them people around, so she's used to having her family around. That's what she wants. So she needs to shut up. I don't want to hear nothing. Stop complaining.
Especially if the mother has been diagnosed with something, it probably runs in her DNA, and you might want to try to catch it before it gets worse. They need individual and family therapy. Agreed. So you just being shady and drop it at Drew reignited the fake beef. Yeah, I just like what I thought y'all made up. Like, what's the problem? I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm tired of Sanya. Like, she's getting on my nerves.
I can't stand Snakey. She's such a pick-me. She is a pick-me, and Lisa Wu is a pick-me too. But we're gonna get into Lisa Wu towards the end.
Lisa Wu trying to get her job back.
She really wanted back. So I guess Candy calls while they're sitting there, and they was talking about the boy who jumped the gate at Candy's house.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He might have been mental, or maybe he was looking for a record deal. You know, it's Atlanta.
It looks like he was looking for a record deal. I have a lot of keep bothering me.
But you know, this is Atlanta. But it's a certain way you do things. You don't show up at people's house and get on your demo tape. That's not how it works. Because you know, if anybody else, you would have got shot. Depending
right. All I was thinking about when Mama Joyce, when the guy showed up to Phaedra house, like, was this the same guy?
The one with the bombs that was
because he said he's gonna blow you up.
Blow you up. Like, you can't do that. You cannot just show up on people's front porch when they got kids.
Yeah, and I'm like, he got through the community gate, and now she has a private gate, and now you hanging out by the gate. Like, I would have felt uncomfortable too. I'd have been
I think it was a teenager, but these teenagers right now are built different. Like they're on just new
And
levels.
just people in general, you just never know. Like it seems like it's just people are getting crazier and crazier. You just never know.
I feel like these kids are really out of control, and I think it's really because there's no parenting going on anymore.
Yeah, because most of the parents are 10. So the kids are older than the parents.
Yeah. Well, not older than the parents, but they just about to say they about brothers and sisters, because this is off base, but there was a case in Philly where these 4 kids killed an old man just because. Like, and this happened in like late at night, like I think 11 or something like that, or past midnight. Why was those kids outside? One of them was 10 years old.
It's sad.
Nobody's watching these kids, and then you got
there's so much, and like kids, they're exposed to so much stuff. So everybody's become desensitized. Like it's like they could go and walk up to somebody because they see repeatedly on TV somebody stabbed, somebody shot, or something like that, and it really becomes like not real. Like you're doing it, but it's like okay.
Lisa Wu gave drunk auntie at the reunion trying to prove a point because she got divorced and now she got to preach and tell everybody about their relationship.
I want to know. I do want to hear what happened with her Ed, like because
he was cheating with Keisha Knight Pulliam, wasn't he?
I didn't know if he was cheating because Rudy was stealing men.
Rudy was with him for a while.
I know, but I didn't know Rudy was stealing men. I didn't know. I thought maybe he broke up with Lisa. They wasn't together, and then Keisha and them got together.
Relationships cross over the other one. The last one kind of cross over this one, and I'm not saying that that's what happened, but
But I would love to hear what happened. Like Lisa, girl, what happened? Because they were a cute couple, and she was running around, and he was still trying to pursue his football career. It was like a dead issue, but he was persistent. So maybe he was cheating, because a lot of times when stuff like that happens, you get that big loss and the ego, and get used to being like, I'm a football player, but now your limbs don't work. Your legs are linguini. You just feel, like you're useless. So now you need something. So when someone shows you that little bit of attention, you just stray.
Yeah, I remember him trying to get back in the NFL, and I think he just wasn't able to make it back in. And
his knees was messed up. His legs was linguini. They was all messed up.
You said linguini.
His legs are loose.
But I just think, sometimes when you get injured, it's hard to get back in because you take a lot of time off to heal.
But he was old then,
Yeah, he was older, but he wasn't that old. I think it was in his 30s.
But that's old, because football, they'll tell you, football, that you don't have really, it's rare to have longevity in football. It's not like basketball. It's not like basketball. You're taking a lot of hits and wear and tear and stuff like that. And one wrong move, your career is over,
Well, maybe because it was Sanya, maybe that's the only reason, but I just didn't like Auntie Pimple Popper over there. Like, she looked really, inflamed and cheeked up. She
so you saying she looked bloated? She looked
bloated. She looked real bloated.
She did. She was giving bloatation, but I thought maybe because she gives she drinks a lot now. Because that looks like an alcohol bloat. Allegedly, it was giving an alcohol bloat.
Maybe that's what she's doing in her lonesome, because she sure didn't make it seem like she had to preach and let people know what was going on. So moving forward, Sheree breaking down once again, trying to be the victim, and she's sitting with Fatoon.
That Fatoon, she's just up to no good.
And what Fatoon's receipt was kind of confusing to me. I don't know if I can trust that receipt, because I guess Fatoon did a background check. And
I believe it because Drew Face told it all. Because if we get Drew Face told it all, when Drew Face tells a lot of stories.
But Drew just is expressive with her face.
But sometimes she gives that look like, what are you talking about? But she knows what the person is talking about.
Ralph is going out here. When you get an A-list, you got to get something.
Ralph is basically Apollo at this point. Because Ralph got money. They got the house. Remember, they bought the house. Where does Ralph work? What does he do? Because this is the same tease
Mm-hmm.
that Apollo was giving. You will not repeat offenders. You will not fool us again, Atlanta. You will not. Because remember how Apollo was buying Phaedra all them Louis Vuitton bags, Lexuses, and cars, but never went to work. And when they asked Phaedra, well, what does Apollo do? Remember, he came down to the thing and bought her the Louis bag, and she was like opening it in front of all the girls, and all the girls was like, oh, that's so nice. But what does he do? She was like, I don't know. He works somewhere.
Angela Stanton said that she was in on it. She just never got caught.
He's into recovery. He was into recovering other people's shit. Yeah. He was into recovering what was his.
It could be that he's a scammer on the low but I just feel like if you're gonna get an alias, you don't get something that's unbelievable. Like, why would one of his aliases be Danielle?
But it's a lot of men named Danielle. That's not.
Or is it that maybe Danielle, the assistant, who is the assistant, they have an assistant named Danielle? Was they putting stuff in Danielle's name or using Danielle's name for certain things? Or maybe she got good credit and was able to get certain things for them. But
I don't know, but I believe every word of it. I believe they're a bunch of scamming frauds because the way she lied about the drop it with you, acting like it was her company and, and all this stuff. Like, you are a big fraud. And the way she slept with Derwin on the game, I will never trust
the Derwin thing.
I will never trust Drew again. That show, like,
Derwin wanted to do that. Derwin was tired of Melanie. I always talk about she had to study. So Derwin did what he did.
He was trying to be a doctor.
I hate the way they messed up that show. That used to be my favorite show. I hate the way BET messed it up.
It's back on, right?
I heard they brought it back, but I'm not into it no more.
I watched like 2 episodes, but I couldn't get into it. It's like
they got too many of the original cast out of it. It just doesn't make sense anymore.
Yeah, Malik is still acting the same, and he's talking to dead people, and they had me for a whole episode
doing stuff like that. I was like, come on.
They had me for a whole episode thinking his friend was there until the end. I'm like, what the?
No. I just don't like it. Unless you're gonna have Tia on there and all the original cast, forget about it. With the original budget that they had when they was with the CW, not with the BET budget,
right? But Ralph is basically Apollo at this point. Like,
they said that Ralph is Tommy from Martin. You know how Tommy didn't have no job when he was on Martin?
See, the whole thing is we don't even know.
He never had a job, but he always had money for stuff.
Yeah, because Tommy did pull out that wad of cash from that pizza when, Hustle Man came with that little pizza. He did have the money,
I'm just trying to understand, and
hey, L&B.
It's gonna come into question, like, what does he do?
No, yeah, because now that this was what her mother, because her mother, they went down to the thing to get their feet done. They had their foot soaking, and Drew's foot looked funny. Like, that was a weird looking foot. But they went down. It was giving a little bit of Wendy. Like, I was like, Drew.
Mm-hmm. We'll see. And also, Drew brings up this issue that they're having, that she wants Ralph to adopt her son.
Yeah,
that's kind of funny to me.
I don't like that.
Eva did that.
No, her husband wanted to adopt the daughter.
He wanted to, but the actual baby dad did not want him to adopt.
Right, but Eva's dealing with a whole nother. That's a whole
different thing. But I think you can't take away the baby daddy's rights. You can't take away his rights and say.
But in Eva's situation, I think that his rights needed to be taken away for the safety of her and her child. That was a safety issue. I don't think that this guy's not even trying to see his child, so now I don't think he's a threat. Like they said they haven't seen him in how long, but that guy McCall or whatever, he was a nut job and threatening her life and all types of stuff. So that was a whole, like, he needed, because if you keep ties with him, like getting visitations, you don't know if he's going to take your daughter and run and not come back. That was like a real crazy situation that she had to come through. That's crazy.
They said Ralph worked at IT, so I guess.
And they say Apollo worked in recovery.
They said he worked for IT. So
what's the company? What, IBM? Like,
they said Gartner. I never heard of the company, but I guess it's an IT company. Renta said Gartner.
I'm gonna need to see him at his job in the office with the executives around. I'm gonna need to speak to his boss. I'm gonna need 2 letters of references, and that's what I'm gonna need to believe that he worked there.
But yes, he was a nutcase, and I understand why Eva did what she did. I just brought that situation up because it was similar. But I do feel like you can't take away the baby daddy's rights.
In some cases, you need to, but in this case, this man ain't even trying to see his son, so you don't need to take away his rights.
And Ralph saw him last season. He saw him last season.
But according to Drew, he hasn't been there in 3. That's what I thought, because I was like, wasn't he there like last season? Like, you know, wasn't that a part of her storyline? Like, you know, him seeing the little boy and what have you. But I think Ralph, being that the man is alive, he's not crazy, he's not abusive, he's not doing nothing crazy. Why would Ralph want to step in and take that right away from that man? And Drew should understand that this man is not a threat to you. He's not a threat to your son. You know, he shouldn't take away the rights of that man. You know, that's what I think. Like, Drew's trying to beg and want something that's never going to happen, girl. He do not want to be the daddy to that other child. He wants to be like, some women do that when they go into marriages with men, like they want to force the man. And you can see, even I peeped it when they first came on the scene, the way he treated the son. It was like a little different. Like, it was like a little stand back.
Okay.
And she wanted.
I didn't know that the son changed his name when they got married. Did the son change his name as well? Ellen B says, but why would Ralph give Josiah his last name and not adopt? They should have left his name alone.
Drew probably gave him his last name. Drew had the authority to change that boy's last name because she lived. Some women want a fantasy. Like, they want that fantasy, like, we're all a family. It's no other outsiders. Like, I don't have 5 baby daddies. Like,
I don't agree with that. I just feel like if you have a child by a man and you get with someone else and you get married, leave the first child's name alone.
Right, because you wouldn't be changed. And I think that's the mother's decision. And sometimes, like I said, women want to live in this fantasy world and want to take away and disregard. Like, that was the man you chose. You laid down with him. Like, you laid down with him. So it's not like, you know, in certain situations, but I don't think in this situation, I think Drew is trying to live a fantasy and she wants everybody to have the same last name. You know, we're all a family, but, you know, it will never fit.
That's, to me, number one, is disrespectful to change the child's last name. And it's confusing to the child.
Right. And then this child is too young. Like, let him get old enough if you and Ralph are still together after all his Florida trips. Let him decide for himself and let him ask. Let him get old enough to ask him, Ralph, because some kids get old enough and be like, you know, you've been in my life, but, you know, is it all right if I have your last name? Or let him want to, like, I want to give your son my last name. I want to see if it's okay, but let's wait till he gets older so he could decide for himself, because you don't know if that boy gets older and resents her. Like, he's not my father.
Yeah, and to me, it's weird. It's really weird.
That's not his daddy, Drew. Like, he is not. Do we need Maury to come down here?
Yeah,
he is not the father. Like, he's not his father. And I hate when people try to make other men the kid's father when they have a father. Like, stop.
Yeah, what if the kids split up? Renton says, I say, God forbid something happens to Ralph and Drew. Those kids are getting split up. Yeah. It's really weird. Also, I want to bring up,
in order for him to adopt that, I think adopt that boy and without extenuating circumstances, like Eva's circumstance, like Eva had to go to court and get the court approved for her to get, because of the extreme circumstances that she was going under. They're not going to allow him to adopt that child without the father signing off his rights. And I doubt if that father is going to sign off his rights.
I don't know. It's not my place, but I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't agree with that either. If it's
not, my cuz had different baby daddies. She just gave the kids her last name so that they could have the same name. She's not married.
Right. She, like, you want everybody in your house. I understand some people, you want everybody in your house to have the same last name.
I think doesn't matter though. Doesn't matter if we all have the same last name or not.
It doesn't really matter, but a lot of people are affected by that, and then people
But you should want your child to be able to identify with their other side of their family.
But she doesn't want to. She wants to erase that side. She wants to erase that boy's other half of who he is. And that's what I'm saying. He's too young, and it's not extenuating circumstances for you to try to erase half of who he is. Like, that's what she's trying to do.
Ranty says, is the pappy on the birth certificate? I want to know.
I think probably so.
If he is on the birth certificate, you better leave that name alone.
She can't go and just change stuff like that because if his father has to sign over rights, she can't have him. It's not like, oh, I want my husband to adopt him and he's going to adopt him. No, that is a court adoption. So the other parent has to give up rights. If it's
But
not,
it was automatic. Like when you
no,
get married,
no. It don't work like that.
Get married.
No, it doesn't work like that.
Kids, that those are your stepkids now.
Those are your stepkids, but they are not your legal. Once you get adopted, they become your children. It's like basically they're your kids without you going through the birth. But
if you're getting married, they are your children.
No, that's stepchildren. That's a difference. Like you automatically become, because I have stepkids. I have 2 stepkids. If I wanted to adopt them, like when his like in my situation, my stepson was staying with us. And he was saying, if everything worked out with, the adoption, like I would adopt him, but his mother would have to give up rights for me to adopt him. And his mother wouldn't, I didn't want to adopt him anyway, but his mother would have to sign over rights. Like he's still my stepson. He will always be my stepson as long as I'm married to his father, but he's not my son because I didn't adopt him. His mother would have to sign off and be like, okay, I don't want to have nothing to do with the child anymore. I sign the rights over to you, and now you adopt the child. But if the father is still there, the father's probably going to fight like, no, you can't adopt my child. Show me just cause of why you want to adopt my child. Like, what did I do so wrong that you want to take my child away?
Well, I don't think you have rights to do that. But Ebony M says, it sounds like Ralph is respecting Josiah's dad's parental boundaries. He's not trying to overstep.
He's a man who wants that. Ain't no man wants that done. He probably
his dad can still call him. His dad can still show up if he wants. That's blood. That's his blood. So
yeah, and Drew's not understanding when he says it's a man thing. It is a man thing. Why would I try to take this man's child? Because another man is going to be looking at you like, dude, what are you doing? You know you're not the father. That could cause a lot of conflict as well.
So y'all saying y'all had 3 names on the mailbox? Just put the address on the mailbox. That make it easier. Just put the address.
No, I had to put like different names because like I still go by my maiden name because my husband's name is like really long. Like so I still use my name. I like my name.
Hyphenated? Did you hyphenate it or did
no? That's the problem. When I got married, he didn't want me to hyphenate it. So he's like, no, just don't use. I want you to be just don't like get rid of your last name. But I was like, shit. But I was trying to be sneaky, but he was like hovering. But so I end up in the marriage license. I'm Macine Billingsley in the marriage license, but I use King. Like that's my I'm not getting rid of my King. Like all my stuff, I get it in my name.
You still has mail. You have mail coming to you with that. Okay. Well, I think it's your personal choice. Whatever you choose to do. Also, I wanted to mention the prophecy that
right because.
Drew always got something from the prophet. Some of the prophets,
and watching her mother, I was like, I see where she gets it from. I see where she gets it from.
I grew up in the church. I'm a part of it, and I know a lot of people put a lot of stake into prophets and what they say. So I'm not gonna say anything about this, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the prophecy about. I guess as a woman is like an adversary.
It was Platoon. They knew who it was.
Coming against Drew. But that could have been anybody, in my opinion, because nobody seems to like Drew. Rick and Ralph didn't want that baby. I mean, you married the mama, so
right. He didn't want. That mean he wanted that child, and that's why I said he don't want to be. Drew trying to make that man be something that he's not.
Yeah, the prophet always telling Drew something. I guess it's a woman's spirit that's.
She said she wasn't even sure because that is true. Like in the spirit world, when you see things, like you could see it could be a female energy, but it don't have to be a female all the time. You just think it's coming like, and she probably did see something coming for Drew, aka Platoon, whatever.
Yeah, Platoon, like you went out of your way to do a background check. To me, that's real petty because somebody confronted you at a party, you went and got an investigator to see if we could find out some dirt.
Yeah, she just wasted money. Like at this point, like girl,
I wouldn't even hang around nobody like that. Like,
like you doing background checks. If we get into an argument or a disagreement, you gonna background check me? Like, no, ma'am.
I'm sure Platoon got some dirt. Renta says law in California: if you're still married and having a child, with someone else, that child is born while you're still married legally. Your spouse is the legal parent.
No, but that's here too in New York too. Like, cause if you're still married and you have a child, your husband is legally and financially responsible for that child, even if that child is not his. Mm-hmm. The real father would have to go and pledge rights, like it's called the acknowledgement of paternity. Because the real father, because I knew people in that situation that was married and had babies outside of, and the husband ended up having to pay child support. And he's like, I'm paying child support for a kid that's not mine. Like, that kid is blatantly not mine. And the father, the real father, had to step up and sign a document called acknowledgement of paternity for the husband to stop paying child support.
Fatum was looking like a moment, just like in Married to Medicine when Lisa Nicole did the background check on Quad. You was looking for like a aha moment, and you was saving that for when you confronted Drew later. Like, y'all want to, it's like pick me. It's like, I want to be seen. I got to do all this sneaky stuff to be, get more camera time. Just like when, what was it, Yovana was on there. She was recording people. Y'all doing all this, sneaky stuff just to be on there.
Yeah, Fatum could forgo. Like, forgo Fatum.
Yeah, I don't like Fatum already. Sheree talk about she gonna bring receipts to a reunion. I think she gonna look stupid at the reunion. She gonna
receipts of what? Like,
I don't know, because very rarely does Sheree even have a receipt. Because you remember when they asked her about her Chateau Sheree, she don't know what to say. They ask her about her fashion line. She fumbling over her words, joggers, and that
the
whole
only receipt I want to see is the receipt for somebody purchasing that She by Sheree. That is the only receipt I want to see.
Fatum reminded me of Lisa Nicole Cloud, Married to Medicine, getting back. Yeah, that's what I said. At least Lisa was part of the main cast. I mean, but yeah, Yovana the Snake, like, y'all doing all this recording and background checks.
Yeah, but I think that Ralph is Apollo.
You think he's Apollo in secret?
Something's going on because
He said he worked for IT, so we just gonna have to go
he
by.
Probably do. He probably do that. I mean that he only a little bit of money on the side.
Ebony M says, but was it the aliases just Ralph's name with and without the middle name, middle initial? LMAO, we all got that. Yeah, I don't know if I believe that receipt that Fatum got. She loved to say Wreck-It Ralph. A whole nutcase has the spirit of LaToya Ali. You talk about Fatum? Fatum. Yeah, it's real childish, and I hate to see middle-aged people acting like this. Y'all acting like y'all in 9th grade. I want to see how Sheree got the funds for Chateau Thelma. That's what they're asking. They're asking for where's the funds?
I saw Candy up there trying to find out,
Candy did say that in a recent interview. Where did Sheree get her money? Because you remember Sheree was off the show for a long time, and during that time, she wasn't really doing anything. She wasn't.
Wasn't she personal training? Being a personal trainer?
Not that I know of.
I thought she was a personal trainer.
Because she was off the show for a good minute. And during that time, while she was off the show, she got the house completed.
We don't know if maybe Lyron was flying her something from,
Queen Me says, Fatula crazy, cat lady with the hair messed up and bugged the eyes out. Candy speak it for this episode. It was very good, very telling. I think you're saying the speak on it that she did.
Are we down to the pajama party?
Before we get to the pajama party, we got to get to Marlo throwing the kids out. So Marlo is very self-centered, very narcissistic. So, and she can't take it when things are, not the way she wants it. You were so proud that you were a mom T. You made this your storyline. You was going to take care of these kids. But as soon as they made you mad, you kicked these kids out. And not only that, you kicked them out and burdened your other sister who already got 4 kids.
And didn't she kick them out with no clothes?
Did she leave the clothes there?
I think so, because she said the clothes was wet and mildewed, and
So
they
did they
just had to
destroy the
go.
house? Did they get mad and tear up the house before they left?
Right. This is what I need to know. Was the hole? Did he punch the hole in the wall before or after you say get the fuck out?
I think that's what happened. I think she probably told them that, hey, y'all gonna have to leave. The cameras ain't here. The camera's tired of filming y'all. I got what I needed for y'all, and it's time for y'all to go.
But they knew, because that oldest one, I'm telling you, that oldest one is a whole kiki. He knew what time it was. He knew that he was being used, so that's why he was taking her for all she got. He wanted limo rides to school. I want this. I want that. I'm gonna take you for all you got, girl, because I know what you up to. He know what time it is.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly what happened. She probably went in there and said, "Hey, they got enough footage of y'all. I got the storyline. I got y'all the crown camera. I talked to the sister. We already got what we need for the show. I'm gonna move on to my other storyline, and I don't need y'all no more. And I'm tired of y'all in my house, so they finna come pick y'all up."
Right? Do you think Marlo bribed the kid? Because the oldest one looked like he'll take a bribe. Like, you pay me.
I think she was spoiling them because she doesn't know how to be empathetic or sympathetic. All she knows is money, materialistic things. That's all she knows.
But she better be very careful, because if that little boy has a temper, and if he's punching holes into walls and cutting teddy bears' throats, she better be very careful if she wants to, take them back. Like, this is the time for her to really do some soul searching and to figure out, oh my God, you know what is just ridiculous? Sidebar. How does a hair on a chin grow so long without me knowing? Like, I didn't, like, when did you grow this long? Like,
you talk about on who?
On my chin. I'm sitting here just now, like, wait, what the? I'm thinking it's a part of my wig, so I'm trying to push it back. It's a damn hair, and it's long. I'm like, when did you have time to grow this long? This is just
pluck it. While we out here, pluck it.
I'm gonna get the tweezer, because I don't even want to, get an ingrown, with my beard. I start getting, I just need a whole, because I need to get the root.
If you pluck it the right way, you won't get.
Because I need the tweezer. I'm used to plucking. I could pluck with my eyes closed. I just feel for it and just, because it's the man in me that comes out.
The way Marlo was acting, it reminds me of Sky on Black Ink Crew when she brought her son on there. She was for her kids. She was exploiting them for a storyline, and then those kids end up saying that their mama never really, spent no time with them. Even that stuff was for TV, and they really wanted a relationship with Sky, but
that's sad because because she's really crazy like that. Like she, allegedly,
same issues, like mental issues that pass.
There's a lot of mental issues, a lot of neglect, and a lot like it's a lot of similar backgrounds, like where her and Marlo. Like a lot of times, it's hard for you to you can barely take care of yourself. Like sometimes she don't have the mental capacity to sometimes probably take care of herself, to let alone take care of another child, like teenagers, because you're the teenager, because she doesn't have any kids. She's a little spoiled. She's used to getting what she wants. Now it's someone else. Basically, they're like your peers. You're older, but mentally, you're like peers. So you're going to bump heads and go back and forth, and you don't know when to draw back, i.e. kicking them out. You know what I'm saying? You could have been
what was the reason? Because according to what I think I saw Candy say that she was giving Marlo money for the nephews.
Yeah, she said she was cash apping them. And
so if you're so rich and you have all this stuff, why was people always giving you money? Why was Candy giving you $3,000? Like it was weird. It reminds me of Destiny from Huntsville. It's like,
it's just giving me. I use these poor kids to secure a peach and to have a storyline. And now that I got it, and I secured my peach, y'all could go. Good night.
Yeah, like you
services. She pulled the Shawnee. Your services are no longer needed.
I hope you gave the sister a lot of money because that's not right.
And the sister got 4 kids of her own. Like,
yeah, that's not fair. That's not fair. And you don't have any. It's not fair to you to take care of somebody's kids either. I will say that. But at the same time, it's unfair for you to go to the other sister who already got 4 kids. little kids, and then have to deal with teenage issues on top of that.
It's a sad situation.
Talk about you need a break. Everybody needs a break, but we still gotta, do what we gotta do as adults.
I hope those kids, find some like peace, because their mind is going to always be racing. And then even if they go back to Marlo, you severed a lot of trust, because a lot of times kids, when they come from that background, it takes a while for them to open up and trust someone. So if they opened it up, even if you're their aunt, they opened up and trusted you, and for you to just throw them away, they feel unwanted. Like nobody wants me. My own mother doesn't want me. My aunt took me in to put me out. This could cause like a bad domino effect, and I hope they're all right.
Thinker says Marlo volunteered, her sister did not. Yeah, you kind of dropped them kids off, and that's the thing about me is I'm the uncle. Don't drop no kids off over here.
Right, because I'm letting you know up front. Don't bring them kids over here. I ain't taking nobody kids. You can go to jail, go to the crazy house. I don't like kids. Like, I'm not a kid person. Like,
you're gonna be disappointed. Don't show
up. I'm surprised. Like, people are still shocked that I have kids, because I'm not a kid person. I'm telling you, people used to put their babies on my lap. My knees automatically go out.
They start buckling.
My knees, no, they just collapse, and the baby slides off.
The baby slide off like a slide.
Get that baby up off my lap. I don't like kids. I'm not the one that goes, oh, cute, coochie. I'm not a coochie cooa. Roll that baby over there. When I was smoking cigarettes, I would smoke cigarettes in front of your baby. Be like, oh, Danny boy, the pipes are cool. And they be like, why are you smoking my baby here? They shouldn't be here. Get out. This is my house.
Do not drop nobody off.
I know.
No bags. You gonna take them bags with you? Just don't even think. Don't even ask me. It's just not going down like that.
Mm-mm.
So we're going to take a quick commercial break. Then we're going to talk about this party, this slumber party. So
yes,
y'all be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And we will be right back.
Hey guys, hope you're having a good time. By the way, don't forget, hit that like button. And if you're liking, you might as well subscribe. And drop a comment below. Come on guys, let's get into it.
So Cleo was asking
how's Nola? Yeah, I think she's doing much better. Last time we spoke to her, she was doing a lot better. So hopefully we'll be back Friday with the Basketball Wives reunion.
And I think she did an update on her channel as well.
Mm-hmm.
Letting people know she sounded better. She sounded way better. She sounded like she was back to herself. So she was on IG today talking. So I didn't hear her voice, but she was on IG. On our page today, so I think she's doing much better. So praise God for that. I'm glad she's doing better, and I hope she continues to do better.
Yep, she's gonna be just fine.
So I'm gonna need your help to help me keep track of everything that happened at this party, because it was a lot that went on at this party.
Yes, because I had to go watch the episode again.
Because it was a lot. Because my notes even all over the place. Because I guess it starts off when they first get there. Get there, and I guess
they start. It was a nude. Let's
talk about that.
The theme of the pajama party was nude, exposing yourself, and all this other crap that Sheree made up with her fake tears.
I'm so sick of this. Number one, Potomac did this last year,
right?
Or with the nude party. And how many strippers are we gonna have, or nude models at a function? Y'all do this every year.
I like the sip and paint, but I didn't want to see the nude models. But I enjoy good sip and paint.
But I mean, it's good to enjoy it, but it's fun and everything. But I just feel like, especially with Atlanta, it's always the freakiest out of
Yeah,
all.
it's just something sexual. Like,
It's always got to be something sexual. Always, it just can't never be an event. It can't just be a nice, classy event. It's always got to be a dildo over here or a stripper, a whip.
big girl said she ain't keeping no grandkids. Hell no.
Mm-mm. I mean, it just that kind of. I mean, I was kind of over it, but it's Sheree little party, so
It was a cute setup, and that damn Sheree's house. I don't know who paid for it, but can I come visit? Like that. That house is awesome. Did you see the back? She had the little beauty parlor in the back, the massage.
she has like a spa in her house.
Yes, I was like, God damn, Sheree. Like, and Sheree does have some exquisite taste. She should probably parlay a job into interior designing and designing people houses and doing this, because if she did all that herself and if that was her brainchild and that was her idea, the slow clap to you, because everything is just so clean and crisp. The colors, like she could really parlay a little job into interior decorating.
Yeah, but I also feel like some people, she's kind of like Toya. She gives me that Toya energy. Like, I gotta show you that I got it, and I have to have the most extravagant stuff. Even though, like, do you really need a $7,000 chandelier? Do you really need a $12,000 chandelier?
Yes, in that house you do.
I don't think so. I don't even think
In
Candy's
that house you need more. It's going to take more expensive things to bring that house out. And I think she did a great job. Like, I don't think she had been able to find anything cheaper for the size of that house. Like the size of it, like even the couches, you got to get custom made furniture. Like, cause you can't put this little baby doll furniture in that. You're gonna be looking like Candace, like within that enormous house.
Well, Candace didn't have no furniture. She had trash bags. And
yeah, but she had that one little white couch. Remember when she got her little white couch?
Where they only filmed on that couch.
Right.
Every time that was in her house.
You need something large to fill up that thing. So a lot of them couches and stuff is going to be custom made.
Or that you could have went to IKEA and got you a nice little couch and put it together.
That couch would have looked like a doll baby couch. It would have looked like a Polly Pocket couch in a Barbie house. Polly Pocket can't fit in the bar. No.
Oh yeah, and we're gonna have to get into that incense ritual that they did at the end.
That wasn't no damn. I got the ritual right here.
It looked like a ritual.
Let me show you what they doing right now. I was getting if anybody watched Yellow Jackets, I was just getting Yellow Jackets. I was like, they're about to turn into something. Wolves is about to come out. They're about to eat each other.
And then Drunk Kenya was the funniest thing. Y'all talking
This
about
is all they did. They took this right here.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little piece, the piece of charcoal, and then they got some, because I got the humble. I don't know if this is coochie, but they said it's good to thing like these different ones. A little bit of Red Dragon or the Shaman's Blend. That's what probably they use. They probably used the Shaman's Blend and smoked it and smoked out her cooch. That's all they did. That's all they had.
I mean, it was the gyration.
Yeah, because you got different ones. Because you get a little Frank. She probably need a little myrrh in her coochie. I got the three kings. This could probably send her some men's. Like the three kings on the cooch. Like she get this three kings. Sheree.
Mm-hmm. I really enjoyed Drunk Kenya because she was over there dancing and doing that African dance, while they was doing it. And they had that slow motion. It was funny. It was funny.
How she fed the dog? Like, where did the dog come from? Sheree, who dog is this? First of all, did you peep the dog?
I think it's Sheree dog.
I didn't know she had a big dog. Last time she had the dog, it wasn't. Oh no, Nene had the dog Player. I think she had another little Yorkie.
I think she might have, but I know Sheree has always had dogs.
So that big dog, but how somebody was just feeding the dog from behind their back? I was like, this is just so hilarious. Like,
but I don't know if they were sleeping on the air mattresses when the kids was on there. But I don't
think that dog could have fit in that apartment. I think this is this was a big dog.
Okay.
For her big house.
So Fatum, I think they start off. They sitting down, and Fatum wants to bring up these aliases. And she confronts Drew about the aliases. And I think Drew kind of brushed it off, made it seem like, oh, she's talking about my assistant or whatever. So it kind of didn't have as much of an impact as I think Fatum wanted. Fatum wanted to have an argument. She was waiting to have an argument with her.
Yeah, but Drew has been preparing for this moment all her life. Like dealing with a scammer, you have to look in the mirror and practicing. So when people bring this stuff up, what should I do? You know, the best thing and the key to doing it is ignoring it. Because if you go back and forth, it's more and more stuff is going to come out. She's going to say, "What? What is she talking about?" But she knows it's true because I think her heart was going boom, boom, boom. They're going to find us out.
And it also seems like Drew is the one friend that's always left out of the circle. You know, the one that don't nobody really like, but she's still part of the group. Because when they did the Yes Queen game, she was the only one that they was like, no,
because she was wrong. She couldn't even give a compliment. Drew was looking for something to say, and I don't know what. All you had to do is you could have said something simple like, "I wish health and success for everyone in the room or the ladies in the room." That's it. You going to probably, you know, sit, and then they gave you a second turn, and you started off the same way, like, "Ooh, no, Queen, no." Like Kenya said, "Boo, boo, Drew, boo."
Yeah, drunk Kenya says it like it is.
I was living for drunk Kenya.
And let's talk on the drinking part of it all. Let's talk about drunk Lisa Wu. And her, y'all say y'all loved it, but to me it just seemed like you just want to be seen. Like it was a pick me.
That was a drunk rant, and I think she was ranting. So I'm telling you, she working to get her spot back. Like I got something to say. Bravo, your mic would want the Wu back.
Not really, because she done messed up her face. I don't know if she did the.
I think that's stress and alcohol.
You think it's just alcohol?
And stress, because that stress and alcohol will bloat you the hell up.
You don't think her lips look kind of big and fluffed out?
Like she was given an alcoholic bloat. Like it was like you have one too many drinks, you start looking like you're cooking, like you just like you pop your oil to come out. She looked real greasy, a greasy bloat. Like she's given fried pork chop bloated. Like
she does look heavier.
It's like real heavy and greasy, like a little.
Yeah. But I mean, you can see she gained a lot of weight in her face, and it just seemed, you know, like I don't know if she got fillers or what, because she's always been thin. So
yeah, well, that's the fillers going wrong. But you know, she's up in age, she's getting older.
That's what it was looking like to me: Botox and fillers. That's what it looked like.
That was Botox, fillers, and alcohol.
This is the one time Drew was supposed to lie. I think Drew had a point to prove. She's feeling ostracized by Fatum and also Sanya. And
why does Marlo keep trying to come for Kenya? I think Kenya needs to, because at this point,
like I was saying earlier, Marlo doesn't know when to stop, and she's actually looking like a bully. Like they could be talking about anything, and then she's gonna bring it back to Kenya and how we gonna talk about, you know, say something negative about her. It's just like it's getting old.
Yeah, and then throwing a mark all the time, like girl.
And she's also a manipulator because she pulls Candy to the side and starts crying and trying to make herself look like the victim when she was the one creating all this. You know, it does look like she's obsessed. Like you won't let it go. Like you still harping on it. Abita Shit says, I love that Lisa Wu got Snakey together. She was rude and asked for it. That's how you have a legit moment. I feel like, I don't know how long she was talking, but if I was a senior, I probably would have just got up and got me some more food or something, just walked away from the table.
Yeah, but Sanya, she was like, oh, but you were talking for a long time. Sanya said something slick. I'm like, Sanya, like, slow your roll, Sanya. Slow your roll.
But I think she was trying to be on Kenya's side because Kenya is one of the main people on Kenya is one of the main people on the show. So I think she wants to align herself with more Candy and Kenya. So I think she was trying to have Kenya's back because Kenya was trying to say something and Lisa was talking over her. And
I think Kenya was just agreeing because Lisa didn't even, because at first I thought she was addressing Kenya because I saw Kenya study talking like while Lisa was talking. And I heard her say, no, you know, I'm talking. And I was like, is she talking to Kenya? But then she was talking to Sanya, and Sanya was just like, well, you were just talking, and I just want to acknowledge something, you know, Kenya said. But Sanya, you wasn't going to win that fight.
Yeah, Candy is better than me. I'm going to need for Kenny to have a little bit more intuition and a little bit more perspective. And so
I think Candy is just, she wants to give the benefit of the doubt. Like, you know, I think you're gonna have, Candy does give people enough rope to break their neck. Like, she's like, you know, I'm gonna give you
how much rope you gonna give them? Like,
because I would have been done choked Marlo with it.
Marlo has done a lot, and now she wants to be the victim too, and wants you to have her back and be there for her. And you, as she tells Candy that she dropped the kids off, and want everybody to support her. And of course, Candy has questions about it because it doesn't make sense. You just don't drop your kids off when you get mad.
Yeah, you can't just give them away.
Yeah, I mean, Lisa Wu didn't really do nothing to me, but y'all think she did it. Y'all want her back?
I'm here for Lisa Wu coming back.
She gonna have to eat a few more peaches and you get that bloatedness down. You know, eat some more fruit, water, drink water.
Yeah, she's gonna need some ginger tea, like get the ginger and some lime, and maybe a little bit of pineapple juice because that's good for the inflammation.
Senya and Marlo said on the after show Lisa was talking for a long time, but I mean, I get it when you're trying to interrupt a person who's long-winded.
But she was drinking too, so you could tell that she was a little drunk, and sometimes you rant a little bit more when you're drunk.
Mm-hmm. And people get tired after a while. You can't be talking people's ears off. I feel bad for Drew. The one ally she thought she had played her like an Xbox. Who was her ally? Because I don't remember her having one.
Sanya.
For a minute until the first event. That's it. Lisa was talking and Kenya was agreeing, and Sanya tried to cut her off and got checked. If I was Sanya, I would have had the bug. I don't care how drunk you is. You know, don't let no other grown person chomp you off like that in public.
Lisa Wu, it was coming in strong, letting people know that she still could get the girls together. So
Candy is way too nice, but I think she realizes now, watching it back, you know, the mistake she made, and I think at the reunion is where she's gonna unleash.
They better stop playing with Candy. They better stop playing with Candy because I'm telling you, Candy, people that smile all the time and talk through their smile and they're gonna snap the hell out. Like you saw how I will drag you in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, you see how that Taurus came out, that bull came out, so they better stop playing in Candy face.
But that only happens when you talk about her money, her husband, or Mama Joyce. So.
But that's next, because if Marlo can't get under her skin by calling her a tramp, calling her a whore, or calling her a sexed up person, and that she does nothing for her community, where else she gonna start hitting? She gonna start hitting the husband, and she already hit the husband, called her a trick. I think later on this season, we see that she called her sugar mama and the trick and all the stuff, and she's taking care of Todd. So she's gonna end up hitting because Marlo's going to keep going till she hit a spot that she could, a sore spot.
I beat the shit. Are you saying that Fatum is feces? Y'all call her feces? Fatum don't even have a leg to stand on. And I guess y'all want Lisa Wu back. For this Wendler moment, y'all want her back?
No, we want her back because we want her back. Like, Lisa Wu, like...
It's just so many people that deserve it before Lisa. It's so many people. I would like Claudia Jordan back before Lisa. I would like Eva back. I would like.
Well, actually, right now, Kenya is championing the petition and championing the fight to have Eva return to the Housewives.
I think a lot of people don't like Eva and didn't like.
I like Eva, and Kenya's going to go up for Eva anyway because Eva was just on Watch What Happens Live this Sunday, and she actually, defended Kenya. So now Kenya, I want Eva back.
But I think the reason why Eva left is because she got roasted real bad by Portia at that reunion. And, that reunion probably stung a little bit when she said her titties was social distancing. I think that was a lot because... No, but I'm not. But I don't think she got... I think Eva did the most... Eva shut the reunion down. Mm-hmm. She did.
4 words. Your daughter looked just like her father.
Yeah.
Say no more. Say less. Say less. Close the computer.
Got her with that one. But Portia came back with the social distancing.
Yeah, but she had to come back with something but how you let her shut you down with those simple words, your daughter looks just like her father, and how you get mad.
But I mean, because she knew what she was saying. That basically she was called. But that's the thing that people didn't like about Eva is that she would say stuff and just hide her hand. That's one of the reasons why people just didn't like her. Eva had booked all the quiz men at the reunion. After that reunion, yeah, but she could have did that and still did the show because
she's still on this girl. What's this?
She's on the girls trip with.
And I gotta watch that. I haven't watched it.
I don't think I like it because it's really about Vicky and the rest of them and Tamara being mad at the girl from Beverly Hills. What's her name? The one that talks too much. Not Camille. Brandy. They're mad at Brandy.
Oh, Brandy. I like Brandy.
I liked her sometimes. She was very messy though. She was
when I used to watch. I was like when I used to really watch Beverly Hills. I liked her, but I used to watch because I always wanted to wait, in the beginning to see her ex-husband, the one that's married to Leanne Rimes. Mm-hmm. No, married to Jewel. I think he's married to Jewel. Mm-hmm. But he's cute. Ooh, Eddie was cute.
I'm not convinced on the whole Lisa Wu thing.
Eddie looked like Richard Gere.
Y'all really saying that y'all really want Lisa Wu on here? I'm not convinced on that.
I want the Wu back. I'm gonna need the Wu.
But Marlo needs to watch out because just as easily as they gave you a peach, they can easily take it away.
And I think she needs to be demoted back down to her friend after the way she conducted herself. And this is just the beginning of this. Like this,
you're doing too much. You got this peach, and you just really have been showing out more than usual. And it's not likable. Like they don't like for the housewives to be so unlikable that it stops people from watching the show.
Yeah, because she's getting to the point where I don't even want to see her on the screen. It's like you're going too far with things. Like you're saying like nasty things. Like I looked at Marlo different anyway after she said what she said about Kenya and her mother. Like
Renta says by the time they did Girls Trip, all the Queen's men had finished filming. Yeah, I mean it's ways you can get things done, but I think maybe she can come back. I mean, I wouldn't mind having Eva back.
I don't take Eva back as a friend. Even if she come back as a friend, I wouldn't mind her coming back as a friend. But I do want. I think I want Lisa Wu back.
I'm not convinced. We're gonna have to see more. I have to see more from her than just this one scene.
I never really liked Lisa Wu. Like she wasn't one of my favorite housewives, but I think she just the way she was always moving around and always doing stuff. Like it was just like, ooh, sit down, girl.
Bring Deshaun back. If we're gonna bring Lisa Wu, let's bring Deshaun back.
What is Deshaun doing?
I don't know what she's doing now, but since the show, she got a divorce and. I remember they did like a.
But I see her because I started following her on Instagram, and she looks totally different. Like
she looked like she lost a lot of weight because she was a little bit thicker at that time.
Yeah, because I didn't even know that was her. I was like, wow.
Yeah, she was a little bit thicker. She's a realtor. I mean, hey, bring her on there.
Deshaun got on my nerves too. Just spending all Eric's like.
Kamari. Okay, let me tell you about Shamari. Shamari used to come to the doctor's office where I used to work. And whenever Shamari called, she always have these weird demands. Like she knows she got twins. And I used to work in pediatrics. So we used to always have to make these special arrangements. She would call and and be like, oh, these kids have a cold, and we got to stop everything that we're doing, bump these kids into the schedule, and just get her what she need, and I'm running down the hallway with the phone, Shamari on the phone. But she was VIP, She came in there. Her husband has came in there before.
Did they come in there and do that dance?
They came in there, and one of the people that was in the office was screaming across the doctor's office, Shamari! This is when she was on the show. I said, please don't do that. But I acted like I didn't know who she was when she was in the office.
I would have too. Like when
everybody else, get in
right,
line.
when people come in that's like celebrities, without like
the doctor will call you shortly.
Right, who are you?
Or Mama Joyce coming in like using Candy name. I'm Candy daughter. Get in line. What's your date of birth? Like, they don't have nothing to do with
special treatment over here.
Oh, I don't work for that company no more. So
I want to see, like, I do want to see Shamari and Ronnie DeVoe do that dance. That they was, you got to bounce with it. Bounce with it.
I didn't say that they came in for. Well, I did, but I'm just using that as an example. But moving forward,
I don't want Shamari.
I think Shamari was good. She's on a show on VH1 right now. Is it still on? Is the couple show?
Oh yeah, she's on couples therapy.
Yeah, is that still on? Was it good?
I think so. I think it's still on. But I'm like, these couples, like, oh yeah, even really, because the only people that I think is really a couple on here is Jadakiss, not Jadakiss, the other Styles P, and his wife, and the other basketball player Nick Young, because Claudia Jordan, like, girl, like, that man is just not into you, like you. Like, girl,
I saw the clip where he said he wasn't in love with her.
Yeah, but the way like he moves around her and stuff like that is like he's seemed. Well, who knows what they do when the cameras is off? But while the camera's on, he seemed very uninterested. Like he's
like, was fun, but I think she embarrassed her husband too much, and that's why she was taken off the show. Not because she didn't want to do it, but because she was.
Because she was a good, but I think she needed to get off the show in order to keep her marriage.
But she's doing the same thing on the other show that she's on.
Yeah, because she's just she's just a free spirit. Like, I like Shamari.
I think if she was to come back, I think she was fun. I mean, we need that drunk, fun person.
Yeah, she was definitely fun and drunk, but
she was fun and drunk. But I think she embarrassed her husband and her family too much because they want to make it seem like they really nice people or whatever.
Yeah, because you just letting the whole world know y'all a bunch of freaks.
So it's turning out to be a really good season. I'm liking the direction that it's going. They showed the mid-season trailer, and it looked like Candy's gonna have to buck up on a few people. And I remember her saying that she went off on Marlo. So I want to see the whole, that part. But she let that go for him. So, and he's trying to keep that under control, and that's what their issue is.
Yeah, because I don't think she likes men.
Let me put the allegedly banner up.
Allegedly. I said I don't think. Like, when I don't think, like, because some people like who they like. Like, if they're married to a man, like, it gives me like a Whitney Houston like thing. Like, Whitney was married to Bobby, but if it wasn't Bobby, it wouldn't be no man. Like, I don't think it would have been a man. Like, some people, you like that person. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm in love with that person. I may be attracted to women. Like, that's my natural, to be attracted to women. But I'm in love with this man. But, I
don't think she was necessarily in love. She was inconvenienced.
Yeah.
But,
because I'm telling you, if Queen Latifah had came out the closet earlier, I would have been down to the flavor.
Did she have to though? I'm
saying no, because I didn't know. Like, I could have shot my shot because I would have been down to the Flavor magazine. Khadijah, we would have had the Flavor magazine going on. Like, I'm telling you, the Queen Latifah, she should have came out a little bit earlier.
I think she is because you remember when Shamar was on the show and they just got a little bit drunk. She was always grabbing the other ladies, slapping them on the butt, and
she reached in. Who crotch she grabbed? Because she reached in and grabbed somebody crotch. Like,
yeah, maybe she was the one that they was gonna take to the sex dungeon. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. But in the preview, it looks like Candy has to get booked, so I can't wait to see how that folds.
Candy and Kenya ended up saying something slick to Marlo about, and I believe, like, here you go, payback's a witch.
But Marlo deserves it, so whatever she gets.
Yeah, because Kenya ain't gonna forget what she said about her mother, because that's a sore spot for her.
Mm-hmm. But she said a lot of things, and she continues to do stuff every episode to get back at her because she's obsessed with her, and that's what it seems like. You obsessed. at this point.
I think they just jealous of Kenya because Kenya is a walking Barbie doll. Like Kenya still looks good. Kenya is so pretty. Like
Whether she wear a wig or not, and I'm
yeah, and
sick.
whether her skin is messed up or not, like they try to come for her skin, come for her. Like and she's still like, even if her skin maybe not perfect, her skin probably is not perfect, but she runs circle around a lot of y'all. Like she runs circle.
Exactly. But that's just what's the name of Marlo being a hater. So, but anyway, I want to thank all of y'all for showing up in the chat, and I want to give special shout outs to Thick Girl Ranting, Just Simply.
Yes, Ebony M.
I be the shit.
I
Ebony.
be the shit. I love that name.
It took us a while to get it right, but once I get it right, I get it right. Cleo was in here. We already said Ebony M. It was somebody else in here.
Jay Rucker was here earlier.
Jay Rucker was on time. I'm sure I'm gonna just put Kimmy in there because I think she was on time. She always on time. She might have been, or if she gonna catch the replay, she gonna catch the replay. So y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. We are gonna be doing a lot more content, and on Friday, I don't know if we're going to be. I don't know exactly what we're going to be doing on Friday. If we're going to be on Nola's or ours or both. So just.
I think if it was 2 episodes, I'm gonna see if Nola's okay with us doing it on both. Because it was 2 episodes. They gave us 2 new episodes of Basketball Wives. Mm-hmm. So maybe we could do the first episode on Nola's channel for an hour, and then head over to our channel for the second episode for the hour. And I think that I'll see if Nola wants to do that. And I'm gonna need to go upstairs and pluck my chin because this is. I can't believe a hair. Like, when did you have time to grow this long? Like,
please go ahead and take care of that. We need you to go and take care of all of that.
It's a long one and like 4 stubbles around it. Like, when? How? Like,
Lisa Wu was drunk. She was that drunk auntie. And you catch the wrong person on the wrong day, they might do something to you. So I don't know. I'm not convinced on the whole Lisa Wu thing, but we're gonna have to see on that. We'll see what happens next week. But Mace, do you have anything else to say before we close out for the day?
I just gotta say, I think this was a good episode. I love the pajama party. Sheree knows how to lay out and spread the food, the cupcakes, the drinks looked good. Everything looked good. The people looked good. Oh, did we talk about Drew and Sheree being twinsies?
Yeah, they did wear the same outfit, but somehow Drew always loses. She just
but Sheree had to take her top part off because she wanted to be different.
I mean, they was throwing a little bit of jabs at each other, but I mean, it was a pajama party.
I just think this was a great episode. But I think we could bring back the woo. Bring back the woo. Bring back the woo.
I'm gonna watch the after show, the one with Eva and Heavenly. Because I did see a clip where Eva was going in on Marlo about.
She did. That's how she went in. And that's why I think Kenya is right now championing for Eva to return because Eva really did let Marlo have it on Watch What Happens Live, in regards to Kenya. So I think, Kenya's out here champion for Eva to come back. I could take Eva and Lisa Wu. We could get rid of Sonya and Marlo. Marlo.
I can almost promise you Marlo not going to be back in the same capacity next season. I'm pretty sure she won't. I don't think Andy wanted her to have it this season, but I think they were kind of desperate.
Yeah, Marlo, you going back to the old men's lap, allegedly.
Yeah, because Portia and Cynthia left. So I don't think I think there was banking on Cynthia leaving, but I don't think there was banking on Portia leaving. So I think that's kind of threw a wrench into things, and I felt like they had to do something quickly. And they felt like you could step in, but now next season, if Portia come back, they're definitely not gonna need you on that main cast no more.
At this point, I don't even want Portia back.
I think she should come back because we need Portia on the show. I'm just gonna say it. Even though she's not my favorite, she's good for the show.
I like Portia, but I don't want her back on. I don't want her back on the show. Like, not now. I'm gonna need for you to marry Simon or get divorced from Simon. Have him scam you. Have him put some stuff in your name and then run and flee the country and you can't find him. That's when I want you to come back on the show.
Eva just simply said Eva read Marlo for filth on Tokyo Bus Ride. She did.
She got her together.
And I like Eva because she's number one, she's pretty and she's smart. So I think she needs to work on her wit, that comeback real quick. She got to work on that. But Marlo is the worst when it comes to that. She likes to say stupid stuff. So moving on. So we're gonna see y'all on Friday at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time on the Let's Get Into the Reads panel where we're gonna be reviewing Basketball Wives. So hope to see y'all there. Y'all be safe and catch the replay. Like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see y'all next time.
Bye.
It's almost time for the Real Housewives of Atlanta review, featuring Shady B, the best beard on YouTube, and Mace Monroe, the wig. You guys ready? Let's get into it. Starts now. Hey guys, hope you're having a good time. By the way, don't forget, hit that like button. And if you're liking, you might as well subscribe. And drop a comment below. Come on guys, let's get into it.